Coming up in this video, more mayhem on the roads thanks to yet another disqualified driver who decided to ram a roads policing unit being driven by a police sergeant off the A19 during a pursuit that happened in February. The individual behind the wheel of the fleeing vehicle also put the lives of innocent motorists at risk by driving the wrong way down a dual carriageway. Despite the ridiculous driving on display by Nathan Ferguson, thankfully nobody was seriously injured during the car chase. And Police Sergeant Dave Roberts, who has 30 years of experience on the front line, only suffered minor whiplash injuries. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell. Nathan Ferguson, who was already on a driving ban, jumped red lights and ended up heading the wrong way down the carriageway. He led police on a pursuit between North Tyneside and County Durham on the morning of February the 16th. In a manoeuvre to help protect the driver himself and other road users, Sergeant Roberts moved in front of Ferguson on the A19 in a bid to slow him down, as further police resources followed behind the fleeing vehicle. But with the net tightening, Ferguson had deliberately shunted Sergeant Roberts' car, causing it to spin 180 degrees off the road at high speed. Ferguson would later abandon his van near Hilton Bridge in Sunderland and fled on foot, but he was arrested after he was found on the roof of a house in Pennywell. As the scene unfolds with the rogue van driver's poor driving, we find ourselves in the midst of a growing national issue. As of March 2023, it was estimated that around 12,000 drivers, already carrying the weight of a driving ban, choose to ignore the flashing lights and sirens of the police, accounting for 10% of all incidents where drivers fail to stop. Each year, around 250,000 motorists are stripped of their driving privileges in the UK. That's around 3.5 bans for every 1,000 citizens. Banned drivers are believed to cause an estimated 20,000 accidents each year. As the van driver in this footage tries to run away from the consequences of their own actions, remember, he is not an isolated case. His recklessness, echoed by thousands, put lives at risk every day. So after being caught by the police, what happened to Nathan Ferguson, the already banned driver who put so many other road users at risk? On the 19th of July, Ferguson of Broadway in Gateshead appeared at Newcastle Crown Court and pleaded guilty to dangerous driving, driving while disqualified, driving without insurance, and assault occasioning actual bodily harm. He was sent to prison for 30 months and handed a 27-month driving disqualification, which comes into effect upon his release from prison. Once Ferguson's disqualification period has finished, he must also sit an extended retest should he ever wish to drive lawfully again in the future. But what do you think of the sentence? Let us know in the comments below, and do you believe that Ferguson should have been made to pay for the damage caused to the police roads policing unit? Police Sergeant Roberts, the officer who was rammed off the road by the disqualified driver, said, "As police officers, we come to work knowing that we may have to risk our own safety to protect the wider public. However, I've never been involved in an incident where the offender showed such a total disregard for the potential consequences. He hit my police vehicle at 50 miles per hour, reckless in the knowledge of what would happen next. I often find myself awake at night thinking about what happened that day. It's not being dramatic to say that I could have been killed. I feel lucky to be alive. The embankment at that side of the road was such that it cushioned and slowed my vehicle as it left the carriageway. Had it been a downhill slope from the road, the car would have overturned. His actions were such that he was prepared to take my life when it was my sworn duty and sole intention to use my training and years of experience to bring the pursuit to a safe and peaceful conclusion. As I was struck and moving in the carriageway, I was very aware of what may happen next, and I am not afraid to say that I was scared. All officers begin duty with the expectation that they can return to their families once that duty is complete. For the first time on that day, I feared that might not be possible. Thankfully, I've received some amazing support from colleagues and services within the force, and while the events of that day will be something I never forget, I'm proud to be back out on the roads doing what I love, protecting the public. We all have a shared responsibility to keep our roads as safe as they possibly can be. I hope my experiences help others take note and reaffirm that we, as police officers, are there to help reduce the number of serious or fatal collisions that rip families apart. If you'd like to watch some more videos that we have put together which shows UK police officers engaged in pursuits around the country, then make sure you check out our Pursuit playlist. We'll leave a link for that in the video description. Folks, as always, we'd like to say a massive thank you to our channel members for supporting our team of former emergency services personnel. As a member of our channel, which is basically YouTube's version of Patreon, you'll get loads of perks, including access to content that we don't share on the main page. If you're interested in finding out more about becoming a channel member, then click on the link pinned in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please don't forget to give this video a like so that more people on YouTube with similar interests will get to see it. And also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Remember, we've also got a free newsletter that anybody can sign up for. It's the only way to ensure that you never miss any of our videos, and you can see a link for that in front of you now.